I met Neil Young chauffeuring. I was Jerry Jeff Walker's designated driver when he came to Tennessee because he didn't have a driver's license. He said, Neil's over at the Spence Mountain. I didn't know Neil who until we got up there. And it was just kind of shocking.
Oh, the most famous Neil ever.
I ran away from home when I was 14, went to Houston. Once I started playing coffee houses, I knew who Townsend Zant was, and I stalked him. And there was heroin involved in that scene, but I was not allowed anywhere near it because I was so young. Those guys would disappear. Him, Rocky Hill, all those guys that when they would get dope, they would all of a sudden just lose me, and I'd find myself sitting in some girl's living room by myself where everybody vanished.
It's like 15 years old or 16 years old or 19.
And by that time I was 17 and 18. I was 18 when I went over to Houston, and finally got to know Towns. And then 19, I went to Nashville, and the dope was just prohibitively expensive there. So
you snorted?
I didn't do any more dope until 1986 when Guitar Town came out, and I started traveling to places where the dope was worth doing and way cheaper, and I had more money. Right. So, and the things got out of hand really quickly. By Copperhead Road, by the third album, I was having to fly. I was out opening for Bob Dylan. I was flying to San Antonio because I'd talked a methadone program there into giving me, take-homes where I'd never managed to drop a clean urine in my life. Right. So it was, I used drugs for a long time, and I wasn't particular about them for a long time, but I always liked opiates better than anything else. And that was my thing. And that's what finally got me.
What did you like about opiates? Like, what was the thing about it that you were just hooked on?
Well, I obviously don't need a stimulant for any artificial stimulant for any reason. If you've ever been around me for any length of time whatsoever.
I'm picking up on that.
I'm picking up on that too, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the deal. I mean, it was, me doing speed was like, I almost never did it. It was announcement from the Department of Redundancy Department. And, I think, I don't know how that thing works, but they gave Ritalin to kids and it chilled them out. You'd think that would have worked on me, but it didn't. It made me worse.
It
was, so I just almost never did it. And speed was still a thing in Nashville when I got there. Coke hadn't really taken over yet. And as soon as Coke hit, it created a caste system that hadn't, happened before. There was before there was Coke all the time, which happened within a year after I got there. But it was like, you see me, David Olney, people that were at street level, and Neil Young in the same room. It would happen. And after hours in Nashville, I met Neil Young chauffeuring. I was Jerry Jeff Walker's designated driver when he came to Tennessee because he didn't have a driver's license, and he couldn't get caught, driving without a license again. So he'd rent a Cadillac without a license somehow, and then come pick me up if Guy and Susanna were in town. And I would drive Jerry Jeff around, and that's how I met Neil. Was the first time. He probably wouldn't even remember that, but the Spence Manor had just opened, the hotel on the road there, and Jerry Jeff says, okay, we're going here, we're going there. And he gave me his speed that night because I was driving and we were going to be up all night. And he said, okay, we're going to go. Neil's over at the Spence Mountain. I didn't know Neil who until we got up there. And it was just kind of shocking.
Hold on. So,
the most famous Neil ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Neil.
Yeah.
So,
what are the difference between these hangs back then versus the hangs now?
Shit, I don't know because I don't hang, I've got friends that are younger in Nashville, and it's so much bigger. There's so much more going on. There's so much more to do. There's places to play original live music. There were 2 places you could go play your own songs in Nashville when I got there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was Bishop's Pub, which was a basket house, and there was the Villager that paid you, most people $10 an hour. $10 a night. Me and David Olney had talked them into, the new owners took over, bought it from the original owners, and they lied to the new owners and said that Olney and I got 20 each. So we got to raise them when the new owners took over. But that was it. And there was no place for bands to play original music until the early 80s. And that was like, there was a few places there's a place called Frankenstein's, which is where the kind of punk rock scene came up. And then Cantrell's, was the first place that did touring stuff and local stuff as there started to be a kind of an alternative music scene.